and all valued participants. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm welcome on behalf of the Research Foundation of India to day 2 of our ongoing faculty development and training program on innovative teaching and learning pedagogy. Today's session centers around an impactful theme of understanding role play methodology for innovative teaching. This collaborative initiative has been organized by the Synergy Research Foundation of India and RFI-CARE in association with Paru University, Gujarat. It is graciously supported by Shod Malwa, Eklavya University, JHRF, Academic Research Guide Association, and Edu Academic Inc. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to present the profile of our esteemed expert, Dr. Ankita Jain, ma'am, the maestro of today's session and coordinator of foreign affairs at the Research Foundation of India. Her academic journey has been adorned with remarkable accomplishments. She began her teaching career at Shri Vaishnav Institute of Management and Research in Indore as an assistant professor in the Department of Management. Before that, she contributed her expertise at the prestigious Prestige Institute of Management and Research in Indore. With over 7 years of dedicated teaching experience, she holds PhD from Prestige Institute of Management and Research in Indore. Her areas of instruction span a wide range of subjects, including human resource management, entrepreneurship, organizational development, and leadership skills. Her commitment to academic excellence is further reflected in her successful completion of the annual 5-week faculty development program at the renowned Indian Institute of Management in Indore. She also holds a patent publication showcasing her innovative approach to addressing societal challenges through digital entrepreneurship. She has delivered expert talks at numerous platforms, contributed to scholarly publications, and actively participated in both national and international conferences. She has served on several institutional committees, playing a key role in enhancing various aspects of academic life. Her dedication to holistic education is evident through her involvement in cultural activities, motivational speaking, career guidance, and life coaching, thereby inspiring countless students on their paths to success. In addition to her illustrious academic career, she continues to pursue professional development through multiple certifications in training and development, digital marketing, and more, demonstrating her unwavering commitment to lifelong learning and growth. So that was a brief overview of Dr. Ankita ma'am's exceptional journey and contributions. Now, without any delay, I now invite Ankita ma'am to please begin her presentation. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, Neha ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. So, in today's session, I would like to thank first of all to the Research Foundation of India and the whole team. Also, the moderator of the session, Neha ma'am. So, as you already know, that this particular FDP is going on innovative teaching practices, basically, and already you must have heard one session about this particular program where you must have seen that how different type of innovative teaching practices are playing role in teaching specifically. So how you can basically do your teaching with a way that where it can help you in understanding of various subjects, and also the students can be benefited with all these things. So how you can play a different role apart from a teacher in a student's life for making their subject easier and understandable by providing various methodology, various teaching practices. So obviously, as you already know various aspects, or you already know that how you can teach your subject in a better way, but still this particular FDP is going to help you to understand various methodologies of teaching and different practices, and how you can implement those practices in your day-to-day teaching life. So let me start with my session, in which I'll be going to talk about specifically role play methodology of the teaching. So let me start and let me share my slides with you all. I hope my slides are visible and I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So as I have said, this FDP come training program is on innovative teaching and learning pedagogy. And today the session is on understanding role play methodology for the innovative teaching. So yeah. So in this particular topic, we are going to understand the role play. Okay. So if you are tired of traditional lectures, let's explore how role play can transform your classroom into a dynamic hub for the innovative teaching. So if you tell me, I can forget. You can teach me and I may remember, but whenever I'm involved and I will learn, obviously. So you already know that nowadays the teaching system and everything is decided upon, or having lots of practical exposure. Because whenever somebody is actually involved and participative, they feel good in learning in a better way. They feel themselves as a part of the teaching system. They feel themselves as a part of the teaching learning. They may feel themselves as a part of the team in the companies. They may be the part of any of the function, any of the event happening anywhere. Whenever somebody is involved, they feel a sense of belongingness, and they feel more involved into it, and they try to work in a better way in that particular thing. So this is how, if you are just teaching these students by a lecture methodology or any particular methodology, sometimes they are like that they are just understanding one way communication is there. You are teaching them. It can be an interactive session. That's not the thing. But still, when a role play comes, somebody is very much involved. The students are involved in that particular activity and they have to be there. They cannot, they are not thinking only. They are not just sitting there and listening to you. They are just not solving the problems. They are just not solving the cases. They are not just reading the books. They are not just searching the things. They are exploring and things by doing. They are learning by doing and having fun as well. So that is why role play methodology is one of the favorite methodology of learning by these students. So role play is a form of experiential learning. It's a kind when you are experiencing, right? So the role play methods of teaching in an educational technique where students spontaneously act out the scenarios to explore the complex issues and also the perspective related to the subject matter. Because sometimes some things are you know uh, which are not that much easy to understand by just reading or writing, but when you do it, you will be able to understand. I'm just giving a basic example of cooking. As many as episodes you want to see of the cooking, you can do that. You can see your mom or anybody else around, or you must be cooking and somebody else is watching the just you to cook, and you're cooking and something. But ultimately somebody, whenever till the time they are not cooking by themselves, they will not be able to you know get the right taste, the right methodology of cooking, also how much ingredients, which ingredients should be involved, when to put and when to uh, uh, do things whenever we are cooking. Okay, so like this, ultimately it's in the education as well. When students spontaneously act out various scenarios, so then only they will be explore the complex issues and can understand the perspective of that particular subject matter as well as others perspective. So this approach encourages basically the critical thinking, where they have to think critically about something and take the decisions. and help students to engage with key theories and the concepts by embodying the different viewpoints and the situations. So basically, whenever they do this activity, they understand different viewpoints, others' perspectives as well, and the situations. So understanding the role play methodology, basically it involves students acting out the scenarios to stimulate the real life situations and enhancing the learning through the practical experience. One thing. Role play also has roots in the ancient civilizations where drama was used for the educational purposes. It involved into a structured teaching strategy over time. So whenever you see this drama, whenever it comes, so we generally see the drama on the television, right? We see it on the in the web series, and they used to they are working in various shows and everything, and they always been into the dramas as well, who are performing in front of you, like Manoj Bajpayee, if you know him. Like, he is doing lots of plays and lots of work he has done. If you see various actors who are very much famous, and because their acting is just like Javed Jafri, I can say, they are like pro in their acting. Uh, they work and they act like they are actually doing it. So they all are involved in such kind of activities, and they're very versatile. If we talk about the Irfan Khan, Nasruddin Shah, these all are the famous actors, and they have done various dramas in their life, and because of they have refined themselves a lot. So role play promotes active participation, fosters creativity, it improves communication skills, and also again enhance critical thinking and problem solving activities. Now, role play in teaching is an interactive instructional strategy. Like, there is interaction as well. Also, the instructions are provided by the teachers or faculties for the something that allows students to engage actively by assuming roles in various scenarios. Like, instruction of something means what? About the thing which they are going to act out, the roles they are going to play. This method encourages critical thinking, and see, this word will be coming again and again, because actually this is one of the best thing the students are learning, as it helps students to explore the complex and the controversial subjects from different perspectives. The process typically involves three phases. One is planning and preparation, another one is interaction, and third one is reflection and evaluation. Means, first, the planning and preparation has to be done by the instructor, the teacher, the faculty member, whoever is going to have such kind of activities in their class. So basically, the person who is going to become the instructor, they have to plan and prepare everything. Then they have to tell them like about the plays and everything. And then they will be interacting and playing the roles. And finally, in the last, you have to evaluate whatever they are reflecting. So you have to evaluate their performance. I'll be telling the process later on in detail. Incorporating role play not only makes learning more enjoyable, but also enhances language production and communication skills. So, see, because you are interacting, you are talking to each other, you are also thinking and replying, you have to listen to others, then you have to reply. Then only you will be able to understand what exactly is happening. So, you have to be present there uh, completely. So basically, this is helping you to improve the language, communication, body language, gestures, postures, listening skills, replying skills, everything is going like it is helping you. Now let's talk about the purpose. There are so many I can say the objectives, the purpose of the role play. First of all, to improve the decision making, critical thinking, and problem solving abilities, to bridge theory as well as the with the practice, fosters the empathy by understanding different perspectives, Also encourages active learning and engagement. See, again, because they are involved, so they are learning and they have to be active enough. Also they are engaged, they cannot see at the same time, they cannot do anything else, so they are totally engaged and involved in this. Develop problem solving and critical thinking, practical real life situation in a controlled setting. A simple thing, that sometimes the role plays are done at the even corporate level as well. If you want to check any employee or you want to check any student for any future projects, so that are they fitted in the particular work or not. Okay, will they be suitable for the future jobs, will they be suitable for the any future project, are they able to take up those projects or not, are they able to take up the pressure or not. Such kind of things can be checked by doing this thing. So basically they are not into the real setting, but they are into the control setting. I mean, the environment is created, okay, and they have to practice those particular situations which they may face in the future. To present interpersonal problems, to provide emotional and affective stimulus for solving the problem, to develop a situation for an analysis, to prevent alternative course of actions, to prepare for the meeting future situation. I just given the example. For example, you want to check someone that whether that person will be able to perform or not. To develop an understanding of others' point of view. See, when you play someone's role, you are playing the role of someone. Okay, then also you are able to understand that what they will be thinking when they are on this place, what will be your decision when you are at others place, so why they have taken that kind of decision when they were at in their situation or their position, why that happened. When you are playing their role, you will be able to understand. To convey information, to develop specific skills. Basically it might be a situation where you are going to develop some specific skills, so you can also convey some information about that. Sometimes it is most of the time, I can say, not sometimes, to make learning experiential as well as interactive, where students are interacting with each other and playing roles, and they are experiencing that thing, so it is more beneficial for them. To enhance communication as well as social skills. Sometimes students are not that much involved with other classmates, they are just involved in themselves, they are having their own group maybe, or sometimes they don't want to involve with any of the group as well. So this kind of activities which where they have to interact anyway with each other, so this is also helping them to develop the social skills, to develop empathy and the perspective taking. Now, benefits. So objective and benefits some kind of same. So it like enhances students' engagements where role play captures the students' interest, making learning more interactive and enjoyable. As I have said, it's the best advantage of role play is the developing the critical thinking skills, because engaging in role play exercises challenging students to think critically and analyzing the situations or the solutions and making informed decisions, because it is a controlled setting where they are playing the roles. They are also analyzing the situation with a guidance sometimes, and also taking decisions with the informed decisions by taking the help of the instructor, and also uh, thinking it critically to understand whether that decision is important or not. If they are taking decision, how others are going to affect it. Then providing the practical experiences through role play, the student apply theoretical knowledge into practical scenarios. Ultimately, because a role play exercise is not a theoretical exercise, it's a practical situation, a practical scenario, like a practical knowledge you are going to gain. So theoretical to practical, this is what role play is. When you are learning a theory by doing practical exercises, that is role play. Gaining valuable hands-on experiences in a safe learning environment. Also, you are getting some valuable insights. You are getting hands-on training or hands-on experiences in a safe learning environment, a controlled setting. Okay, it increases retention of knowledge because you are involved. It will be retained in your mind that you have done it. I still remember when I was pursuing my BBA in 2008. I started my BBA graduation. At that time, in my first year, in my first semester, there was a subject that was business communication, and the ma'am, she was teaching us some I don't know what was that topic, but yes, she was helping us to understand something. So because of that, she asked us to play some roles, and she divided the class in a group of 6, 7, or 8 students, and we have to create an advertisement. This is a very edmed show kind of thing. Nowadays, even there is lots of happening in this particular area, but at that time, like 17 years back from today, and she was teaching us this any particular topic, and asking us to do the roles. And we have made we have to we just don't need to play the advertisement, we have to create the advertisement which is different from the existing one, but that should be opposite to the existing one. We have taken the example of, at that time there was a cream, Fair and Lovely, and that we have made dark and ugly, and we have created the this particular advertisement where the girl is moving on the road and she is going somewhere and everybody is watching to her. She was very fair and glow, skin was very glowy, and because of that everybody was watching her. And every day she was like, people used to give her comments and something. She was frustrated with all this, so she used the cream which we have created, dark and ugly, and because of that she applied that cream, and she was not beautiful at all, and she was very ugly. She started looking ugly, and now she was happy because nobody was watching her, nobody was noticing her, and she was doing her work very normally. So this is how we have created a funny ad, and we created, and we were acting it out that some students in a group were the people on the road. There was one girl who was just directing the whole scenario. There was one girl who were advertising the cream, then is one girl who was applying the cream. So this is how we have created. So you always have such kind of experiences in your mind. Even you still remember the everything, the classroom, the board where students were sitting, where ma'am was standing, how we were doing that, everything I still remember. So if such kind of activities are happening in the class, it will be always there in your mind. Then real time feedback and reflection, obviously this happens for sure, it happens because everything is there, it is reflected in your mind, and the teachers and the instructor, the monitor are going to give you the feedback at that point of time so that you can improve yourself. Then empathy development. So empathy can be can be managed by taking others perspective. So this is again going to help you to understand that how others are also uh, like understand your perspective, and you are going to understand others perspective. So basically it's not a quick process, it's a long term process where you are also understanding and sharing the feeling of others. So it can be, it's a emotional thing where you are taking others perspective. Okay, so it's a experience which you are going to get. Safe space for risk taking. Safe space for risk taking and learning from the failures. See, because you are there in the classroom, there are people who are watching, giving you feedbacks, and you are doing whatever you ask for. So it's everything is controlled. Now, because a safe space where you can take the risk, if you are going to take a wrong decision, that's not a problem. If you are going to uh, do something good, you are going to get a good feedback, appreciation. Also, if you have failed, then you can also learn from your failure. So that's not the problem. Whatever you do, you can do, because students are always ready to take up such kind of things where they are not going to feel hesitate. Encourages creativity and innovation, because yes, they have to play a role, so they have to use their all type of verbal and non-verbal communication. So this is how they can use their minds and innovate their roles and everything. Increase learners motivation, participation, because they are learning by themselves, they are doing it. It also motivates them and motivates others as well for doing this and participate in such kind of activities. There is one thing I would like to say, because nowadays students are very smart and smarter than, obviously, when we were in their age. We were not that smart because of the technology and everything else. The generations are getting smarter. So sometimes we try to control their behavior in, so much, but don't do that. You just give them instruction. They understand what exactly you are trying to do. Okay. Just guide them once, let them do it. If you will set them free, they will do it in a better way. If you see that nowadays in the colleges, universities, where they are having any particular competitions, they are having inter-college school competition, they are having their cultural programs and everything, they allow students to lead the teams, they allow students to guide others to do the things, and they take the decisions with the help of faculties, obviously, but yes, they are allowed to do. And let me tell you, whenever they are taking decisions and they are fully I mean, they are they are open and they are allowed to do this, no, they do it in a better way. When they take the responsibility, they think that this is their responsibility, so they get the authorities, they do it. So let them do. Don't just try to control everything. Then also it builds confidence, especially in the language and communication based subjects. It bridges the theory and the practice. That's very important. In the role play, I can say theory and practice. This is a bridge between both the things. Encourages reflection and the feedback. Already have said. So role play is a teaching strategy where learners act out the roles or the scenarios to explore particular situations and develop the understanding and practice skills in a stimulated, safe environment. Now, let me talk about the types of role play. So, there can be so many types. I'm talking about very few of these. One is conflict role play, when there are conflicts between both the parties, top management, lower management, two parties, anyone, and you have to solve. So, how would you resolve the conflict? Any kind of conflict can be there. So, the situation can be given to them and then can play a role. Cooperative, how to coordinate and cooperate with each other. Information gap, when there is a gap between, again, hierarchy is there, then you are passing the information, so there is always a gap happens. There can be a task based role play, when you have given some work to complete or accomplish the task. There can be a role play where you have given such kind of situation. There are so many others. So if we talk about there can be structured and there can be unstructured, but generally the role play should be structured, when they are pre-planned and the rules and dialogues are there, a script is ready, so it will be more effective, less time taking, and more interactive, and student will be clear about their roles and understanding the situation is understanding. Because when it is unstructured, so it's free, so there can be some which can be unstructured also, which can be a small role plays. It can be free, improvise acting with the minimal guidance, where obviously you don't need to work more about it. It can be a live action voice role play. It can be any skill development related. It can be a counseling related. It can be creative role play. It can be, business customer related. There can be so many types of role play. So others can be okay. Now, single role play. One student acts and others observes. This kind of role play can be done. Multiple role plays, where several students are performing and different roles together. Role reversal, when students swap the roles to see the different perspective. Warm up role play, it can be a short fun activities to break the hesitation. It can be a fun activity, and any kind of it can be a roles where they are portraying the characters and they are seeing it in a different way. Realistic role plays based on real life situations, can be a job interview, something like that. There can be some fantasy role play, uh, creative, imaginative. So you can talk about the planets, animals, historical figures, anything can be there. Just a minute. There can be some educational role plays. There can be spontaneous role plays. So different names are there. The one and the same thing. Ultimately, students know how to do it, and you can give them as per your as per their requirement, it will happen. Now, how to implement the role play? So basically, I am giving you so many examples for the same. Like three types, I'll be telling you how it can be how it can be implemented. So selection of a problem, first of all, like what exactly the role play kind of construction of role play. Then you have to first you have identified the problem, you have to construct. Then you have to cast the players. What who are going to play the roles at this particular in this particular role play? Everything you have to decide. Then you have to brief them what exactly they have to play. Then they will do the role play actions. A discussion and analysis of the action, and finally you have to evaluate the situation and you have to give them feedback. Steps for effective role play. Again, I'm giving you three types, okay, because it can be different for different ways. Number one, you have to set the objective, that only that you have to identify the problem on which you want. So you have to define what the student should learn or experience. Then you have to select the scenarios. So choose relevant or the realistic situations. Then you have to assign the roles. So we have to ensure the clarity and the fairness in the role distribution. So whenever you are assigning any roles, you are ensuring you have to ensure the that students should have a clear briefing about it. They have to understand what exactly which kind of roles they are going to get, and then you have to prepare the students. You have to provide the background, like brief and expectations, what kind of support they need, everything you have to tell them. And finally they will be doing it. I mean, role play will be conducted, so allow students to act, interact and adopt. Then last, debrief. So discuss the experience, insights and learning outcomes. So whenever it is like once it is done, you have to debrief that whatever you have asked for, are they up to the mark? Have they reached to the mark? Have they received or understood the things and everything else? So you have to discuss the experience, insights, and the learning outcomes. Now, steps to conduct role play. One more time. I hope you are understanding what I'm telling you. So all the same things are there. So one, again, either you select the problem, either you go for setting the objective, or you can select a topic. So align with the lesson. Second, the same thing happened everywhere. You have to assign the roles, volunteer or group based, whatever you want. Then you have to give them instructions and context. You can give them some preparation time as well. Then you can ask, like whenever you are giving them preparation time, so they can learn or plan the dialogues and their roles. Then perform the role play. So this will increase their creativity where they are interacting. And finally, debrief and the reflect, where they have to discuss what was learned. So basically, the role play is simply you have to decide what exactly should be the role play. You have to prepare, which I have tell in the beginning, planning and preparation you have to do. You have to select the topic, you have to select the scenario, you have to select the students, and then accordingly you have to assign the roles. Once the roles are assigned, you have to brief, you have to give them some instruction, you have to tell them the context, the background, the situation, you have to tell them. Then you can allow them to prepare the you have to allow them to prepare the that particular role play, where they can plan that how to do it. Then they are going to perform, they are going to they are going to conduct, and you can allow students to act, react or interact or adopt. And finally you can give them some you can evaluate them, give the feedback, debriefing or the reflection. So whatever they have got, you can discuss with them, and you can give them insights and learning outcomes. There's one more thing here I want to add, that whenever it comes to conducting the role play, you should start with the very low light note. Also in the end, you should give them some constructive feedback, not destructive. They may be doing something wrong, you can tell them in a constructive way. You should not criticize them. You just have to analyze and tell them what they have done wrong, but in a positive way, so that the next group next person will stay motivated and will be able to work more easily for the next role. Now there are some examples I'm giving you for the role plays. Already you must be understanding and looking, and after these giving these examples, you will be able to understand more examples. One is interview practice, where in the preparation of any career interview or anything, you can ask a student to play two types of role. One is interviewer and interview. So you can divide the class for half of the class for the interviewers who are going to talk about or researching on the common interview questions, and practicing the active listening, where because ultimately interview is going to give them answers, and the half will assume themselves as the interviewee, so that they can prepare their resume and they can practice the answers about their skills and experiences. So this will help both the sides to feel more confident in the real interviews. Marketing. In the preparation for a class presentation, students can assume the position of sales representative and sell a product. So this is a very common activity which generally marketing teachers do in the classes. So examples again, students can create or present a marketing pitch for a new product where they have to sell the product, and they can act out as the sales representative. So this will obviously teach them the persuasive communication, understanding how to convince others, the product knowledge, and the audience engagement. In the counseling session, it can be one-to-one related to career counseling. It can be a counseling related to clinical practice, where students can role play a family therapist whose client has revealed that that person has committed a criminal act. So ultimately, the therapy has to undergone, and accordingly, they are like the therapist students can play a role of therapist, where that person is playing or practicing the active listening and navigating, so that a difficult situation can be understand with the empathy. And other person going to work as like a person who has committed the act. So this kind of uh, particular counseling sessions can help to explore communication as well as coping the mechanisms of the challenging situation. It can be a teaching in the preparation of, for example, job fair. There can be a three types of scenarios can be there. Student teacher interactions. So again, students role and the teacher roles. Student administrator discussion, and a parent teacher conferences can be there. So it will help future educators to handle the diverse situation and practice the clear communication with various stakeholders. Now there are some questions comes up in the last when I generally take such this session. So I have given some more examples of different subjects as well. So I'll be telling you those also. In the debates again, you can have a spontaneous exercises where the instructor and students, they are briefly preparing themselves for the arguments for and against for a particular topic. So any kind of situation can be there, any kind of environmental issue, historical conflicts, daily inconvenience can be discussed in such kind of sessions. And this seriously hones their research and the critical thinking, also persuasive speaking skills. So let me tell you, there can be a language learning where you are acting out conversation at a restaurant, airport, or marketplace. This kind of see, I'm just giving you some examples of various subjects where you can take up in your class. History, student role play historical events, freedom struggle, or debates. In the science, you can play roles for the molecules in a chemical reactions, or the doctors diagnosing the patients. In the business management, again, I have given lots of example. You can simulate the client negotiations or leadership challenges. In the education and training, teachers in training, practicing classroom sessions and management scenarios. Anything can be there. Again, there are so many examples in the language and communications. So job interviews can be there. Customer shopkeeper interaction can be there. Telephonic conversation where they can act out on a phone call inquiry, customer care executive or something like that. Complaint, reservation, anything can be taken up. Social studies or histories, you can say freedom struggle debates can be there. Mock election campaigning, voting, speeches can be there. Cultural exchanges where students can act out as the people from different cultures and learning about the traditions. Science and health, doctor patient interaction can be there. First aid demonstration can be there. In the business economics and management, commerce, such kind of entrepreneur investor pitch can be there, because nowadays the students are ready for these startups and everything. So how such kind of things can be there? There is one thing I would like to add here by reading this particular word. There are so many uh, web series, serials, movies, things are coming where you can learn such kind. If you really want to become an entrepreneur, you can tell these things to your students. They can watch such kind of serials or the web series where they can learn how to become an entrepreneur, how, what kind of challenges they are facing, how to pitch, how can they can get the investors or such kind of things. So there are so many. Like there is one web series coming, Do You Want a Partner? This I think started recently launched. I just started watching, where two girls are starting their own business, and how they are struggling because they were women, how they are struggling, or how they are getting other people or stakeholders or the vendors on their board to get their start their business, how they're getting investors or how they're pitching their investors. So such kind of web series can also help them for such kind of, also it is an entertainment but also learning. So also suggest such kind of series for the student, to the students, where they can understand such situations. Then manager employee conflict resolution, handling workplace disagreement, union versus management negotiation, top management, middle level or lower level management issues, sales role plays, any practicing product pitching to a customer, anything can be there. In the education or training, teacher training, so classroom discipline scenario, parent teacher meeting, any educational simulations. Then law, civics, or ethics, moot court trials can be, which actually happens at the time when the students are learning law subjects or they are doing any courses or pursuing law. Police or citizen scenarios, practicing rights, responsibility, and conflict resolution, ethical dilemma debates, anything can be there. So it can be related to corruption, honesty, or something. Soft skills in this, you can again have the conflict resolution between the friends, teamwork challenges, cross cultural workplace scenario. Anything can be there. You can do in your subjects. So there can be anything. You can create your own dramas, you can create your own role plays for the classes as per your subject's requirements, because you know your subject in a better way, you can do it. Now, the learning pyramid. So, see, I have already told this particular thing in advance. When you lecture something, the average retention rate after 24 hours is 5%, reading 10%, audiovisual 20%, demonstration 30%, discussion 50%. But when you practice by doing it, it's 75%. And when you are teaching others, you know it and you are telling them, it is 90%. Retention rate, so you teach someone's, is the higher side. When you just read, it's lower side. So read, hear, see and hear, discuss, experience, and when you teach someone else is the highest side of the retention. So role play strengths can be, it provides immediate feedbacks. Already told you in advance about the benefits and the lots of advantages. It promotes lifelong learning, as I have already experienced, or I have told my experience 17 years back, what I have learned, I still remember. Develops sympathetic understanding, involves direct experiential learning. It demands a practical knowledge, skills, and abilities integration, manipulate knowledge in existing exciting ways. Then it facilitates learning across many areas of curriculum content, and it also helps abstract problems more concrete. It provides opportunities to speculate the uncertainties and how to deal with this. So it can be anything, whichever you want. It can be anything as per the requirement of your subject. So it is really going to help you for the same. If we talk about application in different subject, I have already discussed this. There can be some challenges also of this particular thing, role play. So it requires careful planning in classroom management. It just cannot go just like this. Okay. Now time consuming if not well structured. Risk of going off to the topic if they are not understand it properly. Some learners stay possessive while others are dominating, so they can be like passive about this. They are not going to play that very well. Then some learners low role play consumes more time than traditional teaching, it's for sure, but it is going to be effective as well. Unequal and unsuitable role allocation may cause effect. Sometimes students are not that much familiar and they are not that much active in such kind of role. It may really cause a problem when they are not actively doing it. Then classroom noise and excitement may disrupt the control. Sometimes cultural and social sensitivities may cause discomfort. Lack of resources. Sometimes you don't have resources or props to limit the effectiveness. Teachers need extra preparation and creativity. And focus may shift from the learning to the entertainment only. Sometimes students may think that yes, this is just an entertainment and we are doing it for the purpose of entertainment, let's do it. So it can be possible they may take it as just fun, and they may learn accordingly. Just a second. Yes. So, real world opportunities for learning through experience and performance. This is role play. So, it is just not a creative addition to teaching, it is a transformative strategy, if taken positively, that brings learning to life by simulating authentic experiences. It empowers students to engage more deeply, think critically, and develop the real world skills. As education evolves, role play remains a timeless and adaptable tool for innovative educators. It is ultimately a fun activity which is going to make you learn a lot. So, in conclusion, role playing brings a real world scenario to the life, fostering critical thinking, empathy, and engagement in your classroom. It's a powerful tool to motivate students and solidify their learning. So, that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Now, I'm open for the question answer session for this particular role play session. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
Actually, thank you for your nice presentation. You have nicely explained all the things.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm teaching actually mathematics.
Yeah.
So when you give the examples, the out of all these things, the teaching role play as a teacher I used to do in my class. But will you please suggest what are the other things as I can apply in my subject?
So, see, ma'am, let me tell you one thing. I can say that there are some subjects which are not actually suitable for such kind of activities. But yes, if you can have some basic things can be there. Like for example, if you just want to let them know, like for the basics like addition, subtraction, so students can some can become a shopkeeper and customers. They are
Ma'am,
just taking a
for school level, or if it is in 10 plus 2 level, ma'am, then there are
yeah,
scope
I'm
to.
telling you, ma'am.
But for
Yes,
degree,
ma'am.
ma'am, it will be for undergraduate students, whatever topic we are having lots of theorems like this. So I'll be happy if you suggest something so that I can use in my class.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm just telling you that only that sometimes some obviously all the topics cannot be covered from the mathematics and science subjects in this particular role play. But let me tell you, like as I've given the example of basic thing like mathematics, addition, subtraction, percentage, profit and loss can be learned. They can also learn the measurement skills and all. If we talk about 10 plus 2, I can say they can go for some calculation that is can be related to distances, time, and speed. So again, there can be two parties which are talking about this and they are doing such kind of activities. And also data analyst also and business executive, you can ask them to play a role where also they are doing some statistics and they are finding out the probability. Also the regression analysis can be done. So such kind of they can given the task of data analyst, and they can also play the roles of business executive who are going to have this conversation. They can also understand some mathematical models. You can allocate the resource and you can minimize the cost. Such kind of activities can be provided to them. Supply chain related can be there. So such kind of activities can be there, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome. I hope everyone has understand this. Also, you can ask me question if you are having any issues related to role play and this any particular doubt related to this sections. You can ask me. Any other question?
Thank you,
Madam?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, participants, do you have any queries?
No, madam.
Okay.
No, I think.
Wonderful session.
So, Ankita ma'am, can we conclude?
Yes. Also, the participants, if you are having your special subjects which I could not cover here, or like you are having any doubt, let me tell you. See, we are in the world of internet. You can find out different ways. You can put some any particular activity, and you can ask Google that how you can make it more effective, how it can be done in your classes. So that also will give you some ideas if you are not having any particular idea about that. So obviously, it will help you.
Sure, madam.
Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ankita ma'am. So, it's time to bring this wonderful session to a close. But before concluding, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Dr. Ankita ma'am for her insights